Hi guys, and welcome to my first video of 2018. Whoa! I've been busy, okay? Today I am planning to do my December wrap up of 2017. Really late, but we are going with it. If you missed it, throughout the 24th first day of December I did Vlogmas, so you can see actually my reading progress and me reading when I did the reading in those, so I am recommending you to check this out if you're interested. Now let's jump into the books I read. The first book I finished was Princess Gambit by C.S. Pacat. This I actually listened to audiobook, but I have read it previously, and this is the second book in the Captor Prince series. It's also my favorite in the series. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars again because I love this one so freaking much. On that note, I also finished later in the month King's Rising by C.S. Saga, which is the third and final book in the series. Now I have finished my reread, re-listen of the series, and I loved it so much. This follows Damien, who is a prince but gets sold as a slave to a prince of the enemy land. Things start happening there. I always put in trigger warning when I talk about these for rape and pedophilia and loads of other shit, violence and other bad things. So if you are sensitive or you don't like those kind of things, I don't recommend this series, but I love it. It's one of my favorites, so I do recommend this series a lot. I read then The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is an old gem, I feel like I had this book for so many years. I don't know how many years, but like so many years. I can't even count, and I still haven't read them. I have the whole series as well. It's horrible. But now I was like, I need to read this now. I wanna now, but I need to read this soon because the movie is coming out and I really want to watch that because the casting is great. This book basically follows people in this town. I'm just gonna check the name of the town, Prentice Town, and everyone in the town can hear each other's thoughts, and there are only men there. So suddenly one day our main character Todd finds a spot in the town where it's suddenly quiet, and he doesn't understand what it is because that's never happened before and it's not supposed to be like that, and he's just like, what is this? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I knew going into it, and I did not know that this book was about what it was about. Like, there was all these revelations. I don't think you're supposed to know, but I was quite shocked and quite surprised in the best way. The writing is really special. There are like words that are not really words, and there are sentences that you wouldn't write them in the way that they are written. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I was really unsure if I should give it 4 or 5, but last year it was like 5 stars was so weird, and I just feel like it didn't quite reach the top, even though it was really good, and I definitely do recommend it. The next thing I read then was Saga Volume 3, which is the continuation of Saga, which basically follows these 2 star-crossed lovers that are from different species that are at war with each other, and they have a baby, and it follows them from there. We meet lots of different species, go to different planets, follow different characters. It's really big, massive world, and it's really interesting. I hope that I can get the next volume soon, which probably won't happen. The art is also totally stunning, so I definitely recommend you to check this series out if you haven't yet. I'm pretty sure I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not quite sure. I am 98% sure. Picked up the Graveyard Book totally on a whim by Neil Gaiman. Like, it's not on a whim because it was on my shelf, but like it wasn't the book I was planning to read next. This book follows nobody. I just had to check if I remembered it correctly, and he was up in a graveyard with lots of ghosts, but he's not a ghost. I couldn't say ghost there if you noticed. It's imaginative, full of beautiful writing, amazing stories, and I I really liked it. It was really sweet and dark, but it was also great, and I got really emotional while reading it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Again, I was so sure if I should give it 5, but I went with 4. As you might know, I always read like a manga or graphic novel between every book I read, but I will talk about the manga I read or the mangas I read in the end of the video because I don't have them here because I borrowed them, so it's just easier to do that way. So I'm gonna go with the next book I read, and that is... I just realized I can't say this title. I tried to say this title like 10 million times in my vlogs. It didn't happen, okay? And it's still not gonna happen. Temeraire, I don't know, okay? I am sorry. It's about Naomi. Novik is the first book in the series. The name of the series is in the title of this book. I'm not gonna say it again. Okay, it's like a historical fiction-ish. We are like in England and they're fighting with France. Was it France? It was France, because they mentioned Napoleon and stuff. But there are dragons, which is amazing. How can you say no to dragons? The writing was really good. I really cared about the characters. It was a really good book. It was an overall amazing and enjoyable story. I am interested to check the rest of the series out. There are 9 books in the series and I only have this one. Not that like if I had the second one I would read it anyway because I have an issue with sequels. 4 out of 5 stars to this one as well. I then picked up The Death Cure by Dashner, really because the trailer came out in December and I was like, oh, I haven't read the 3rd book yet. I haven't watched the movie either yet, but I guess I will at some point. This is the 3rd and final book in the Maze Runner series, but really not, because they're like prequels, like 2 prequels, but we talk about those for another day. I have conflicted feelings about these books. Like, the first one was okay. I wanted to know what was going on, but now I was just like, I'm over this. I don't care anymore. The things that I thought would be emotional in this book wasn't really emotional. The only reason that I'm sort of still interested in this is because Dylan O'Brien and Thomas Sangster. I'm sorry, but it wasn't bad. It was just okay, and I just didn't care that much, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Yay. At least I can say I read the sequel and that I finished the series. Ish, you know, the prequels are haunting me. I then read one of the most talked about books of the year, which is great that I actually finally picked it up because it's been on my shelf since I bought it in April or March, and that is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. It is about Star, who witnesses her best friend being murdered by a cop, and she is the sole witness to this event. The book is on voices and inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a really raw and real story. Like, I was really captured by some of the things happening, and it was really emotional, and Star's family was so great, and there were so many elements of this story that it was really good, okay? This is the kinds of books we need right now in this world. I still didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars because, again, I have issues with the 5 out of 5 stars thing in 2017, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but it's more like 4.5. I don't know, okay, but it was really good, and if you still haven't read it, you should just check it out. On Christmas Eve, I decided to have fun, and I read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the illustrated edition, which is beautiful. I'm gonna show you my favorite illustration, which if I can find it, because like look, I don't know how this is gonna work, but look at this. Like, if you don't think this is stunning, I don't know what you would think is stunning. It's huge and it's awesome. This book was really great. It's more like an encyclopedia about all the creatures in J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World. I don't have any other editions of the encyclopedia than this, so I had never read it before, but I'm pretty sure that if I was gonna have one edition, it would be this, because the illustrations make a sort of encyclopedia type of book complete, I would say, and it was really, really great. And I don't remember if I gave it 4 or 5 stars. Knowing me, I think I actually gave it 5 because I love the illustrations so much. And the last official book I read in 2017, but I read some mangas after that, is Snow Like Ashes by Sara Raasch. Raasch? It has to be Raasch, right? This book follows Meira. Is that how you say her name? Meira? Yes. She and a few other people are the last 3 people of winter, which is the kingdom they come from. And there's also kingdoms like autumn and spring and summer, and then there are 4 other kingdoms that are like normal and boring. This book just basically follows her and her friends trying to free winter from slavery, or like free the people from slavery in spring, because spring are meanies, and trying to get back to kingdom, really. I do think that this story was really fast-paced, enjoyable, the characters were okay, it was a bit info-dumping in the beginning, and the plot twist wasn't really a plot twist. So it was an okay read. Like, I didn't hate it or anything, I just didn't love it, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. But I'm pretty sure like so many people would really, really love this book, which I have seen, so that's totally understandable. But it was enjoyable and entertaining and okay, I liked it. To finish this up, I read 6 volumes of one manga in December. That was The Ancient Magus Bride, which I borrowed from my best friend. The art in this is just stunning. I mean, I love this manga. It's about Chise, who is a 15-year-old girl. She sells herself and she gets bought up by a guy named Elias, and Elias is a mage, and he, well, makes her apprentice, and the story follows her learning and growing as a person, follows magic, and there's dragons and fairies and so many great things. I absolutely love it. It's adorable and it's so atmospheric and a wonderful story, and there's this weird but cute romance between Elias, who is like not really human, and Chise, and I don't know if that's wrong or if it's good, but I ship them and I'm not sorry. I definitely recommend you checking this out. It's just a light-hearted but also with some serious theme story, and just check it out if you want to. My last read of 2017 was Forget Me Not Volume 1, which I also borrowed from my friend, so that's why I don't have it. I really picked this up because I didn't want to start on a new book on the last day of 2017, because I knew I wouldn't done finish it before the new year. And this is about a guy who, I don't remember his name right now, I'm sorry, but he gets in an accident and gets saved by a girl, and this girl is a girl from his past, but he doesn't know which one because he has had many, and it's really interesting because he doesn't know, he's trying to figure it out, and we get all this flashback from his life trying to figure out which one of the girls it is. And I didn't expect the story to be how the story went at all. Like, it was surprising to me and I really enjoyed it and I want more. It was really interesting from what I read. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars. I am not quite sure, but it was good. I recommend it and you should read it. That was all the book I read in December 2017. Do tell me down below any of the books you read in recently in December. I don't know if you remember what you read in December, or if you read any of these and what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.